What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video we are going to be talking about the top 10 two guards in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM. So there are a lot of good players at this position. It's actually one of the stronger positions. I reckon two guards along with small forwards are probably the strongest positions, and like there's a lot of good point guards, but I do think that the two guard was probably, I don't know, the two guard was a tough one to pick, but I will say, yeah, it's the point guard position was definitely better, but this position right here has a lot of really good cards and guys for all budgets. So cards that are really good that did not make this list, because I do have to go over them, because obviously some of you guys will be using some of these other cards and will be wondering why they're not on the list. Allen Houston doesn't bring enough to the floor, but it's just a sniper. Jaylen Brown, this would be my number 11. If I was to make a number 11, Jaylen Brown would be on the list. He was very close to making it, and he was in my initial list. But the guy at number 10, I think I just gave a slight edge to. And there's another guy that's very similar to Jaylen Brown, but Jaylen Brown, one, is a card you can't get anymore. Two, costs a lot to badge up, and there is another guy who comes with all the badges already sorted and is like 20k, and they're very similar. So you can definitely argue Jaylen Brown over said guy, but I think it's close enough that I'm going to give him the edge. Jason Richardson's alright. Trying to think who else could potentially be on this list. If you like Luka, he's not bad. He's not bad at all if you like him. Especially if you... I was about to say you can't actually put clamps on this, and you can only put clamps on point guard Luka. Other than that, though, I'm pretty confident in my list. I'm pretty confident. Also, if you can get the release down for Aaron Aflalo, Aflalo is a borderline top 10 two guard in this game. If you can't get his release down, he is quite weak. So anyway, at number 10, we have got Eddie Jones. So Eddie Jones is a very solid player. You could definitely argue Jaylen over Eddie. You can argue Eddie over Jaylen. But Eddie Jones is 20k, and he also comes with basically every badge already, whereas Jaylen Brown has a lot of badges he doesn't have. 6'6" with a 6'9" wingspan. His dribble sigs are iffy. I think they're basically the same as Jason Richardson. Normal 1 escape isn't great. Base 31's okay. Like, it's fine. The current gen, he speed glitches, so it doesn't matter whatsoever about the dribble sigs. But still, a fantastic player. Like, look at his defense. It has 94 lateral quickness, 91 on-ball steal tendency, good pass interception tendency. Obviously an elite three-point shooter, a good dunker. Does he have Showtime dunks? He does not. But he's got gold Showtime, which is posterizer next gen, I guess. He's also got an 88 ball handle, half quick first step, half interceptor and pickpocket, only gold clamps, which is a bit annoying. Does not come with Intimidator, but look, it's not the end of the world. Because that badge doesn't do anything on next gen. He's got quick first step, Hall of Fame, tight handles, Hall of Fame, and steady gold, which again is a great badge on next gen. He's a guy that's really solid on both gens, and a card that I really like. Defensively, he may not be like a Jaylen Brown. I think he's enough better offensively. I'm going to give him the nod. And number 9 is one of the most underrated two guards in the game. If you can get this guy a range extender, I mean, he's just like smaller T-Mac with a bad 3-ball. Well, with a worse 3-ball. Now, 82 rating's more than enough to hit if you can get the release down. So he's got, literally, he's a T-Mac clone. All the exact same SIGs as Tracy McGrady. The only difference is that he's got the release timing on normal rather than release timing on quick. He's got 82 3-ball, which is kind of like his only real downside. But he's got 89 lateral quickness, gold clamps. He can get every defensive badge. The guy gets range. He gets quick first step, Hall of Fame, hot start, tireless shooter. I don't know why I'm comparing this guy to Opal T-Mac. He's just a better pink diamond. He's better pink diamond T-Mac. That's probably the best way to describe him. But again, all the stuff he does is good enough so that he's just a really good card, especially if you range him up. Treyberg base, obviously one of the elite releases in the game. One thing I will say though is he's way better on next gen than he is on current gen. He's good on current gen, and I still think I would take him maybe over Eddie Jones on current gen, but on next gen it's a no-brainer. I would take Walter Davis over Eddie Jones 100 times out of 100. Walter Davis is a card that I am a massive fan of in my team. Then we have got Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine at number 8. The fact he's number 8 and he's this good, for me, he's basically just better offensive Walter Davis. 93 ball, 90 speed, 90 acceleration, pretty decent defensive stats, half Showtime, insane dunk animations. He has got LaVine base, which is basically T-Mac, or which is basically Trey Burke base. They're essentially the same thing. He's got the Curry slide, Pro 6 behind the back, which is great on current gen. Awful on next gen, by the way. I don't know. He's completely destroyed it. He's got the Pro A crossover, which is probably the best crossover in the game on both gens. He's also got, obviously, Showtime Hall of Fame, Clutch Shooter, Green Machine, Tireless Shooter, Quick First Step, Pogo Stick, Clamps. So, like, he's got a lot of good things, and Gold Range Extender. He's one of the easiest guys to create with in this game. Again, I'm someone who relies an awful lot on 2 to 3 drill moves, and one of those drill moves is the Curry Escape. So, him having that automatically makes him better in my hands than a lot of people's hands. Well, it makes him better for me than some other cards. And if I was to make a personal list, I would have him a little bit higher. But I know most people are not that high on Zach LaVine. He's also very expensive. So Zach LaVine is in here at number 8 on this list. At number 7, we have got Diamond or Pink Diamond J.R. Smith. They're the same thing. I'm sorry, what are the 2 extra silver badges? He gets like Silver Rebound Chaser, Silver Lob City Finisher. Like, or is it Lob City Passer that he gets? A Lob City Passer. Like, that's the difference. These cards, you will not notice the difference. And we're going to put the Diamond in here because, well, the Diamond's affordable and the other one is like 700k. So, 95 offense, 93 defense, overall 6'6" with a 6'10 wingspan. His, like, overall, and even like he's got a few weaknesses. He's not a perfect card. Like, he's got 65 interior defense, which doesn't make a difference. I don't know why I brought that up. He's a 91 lateral, which is good. He's got gold clamps, gold interceptor. He doesn't have Deadeye, doesn't have blinders off rip or steady. He doesn't have Hot Stone Hunter either, which is massive on current gen, not the biggest deal on next gen. He's also got a 95 driving dunk, which is really good. 86 speed with ball is okay, with good speed. So you're thinking this card's got pretty much everything. He definitely is lacking in a few things, but what he does is exceptional. Like, he's got a really great release on quick. He's got the Pro 3 behind the back, a really good Pro 1 escape. He's also got half range extender, half flexible release on current gen. He's got half sniper on next gen, but you do definitely need to give him blinders on next gen if you want to create with him. But the guy does everything. He dunks the ball really well, got Showtime, a pretty good defender, and for his price, you can't get too much better. You can get better, in my opinion, but you cannot get too much better than this guy. And for me, if I was personally making this list, I would have J.R. Smith probably at number 4, maybe 3. But the whole thing is that I've played against J.R. so many times, and he has never done anything against me. He just hasn't. I've played against him so many times, and I've been able to just completely lock the guy down. Lock him up, like. The problem is that I got to make this list just as an overall top 10. And it's not going to be like my top 10 favorite, because if I just pick my favorite players, I'd have Hito on my small forward list. But yeah, one of my favorite cards to use. In terms of offensively, he's one of the easiest guys to have success with, but he's just not complete. Next, we got Ben Gordon. People were asking why he wasn't on the point guard list, because he's not a point guard. I like Ben Gordon. He's got a great 3-ball, great speed, great dunk. Basically, perfect badges. Again, you gotta put blinders on him, and blinders is actually slowly becoming the most expensive badge in the game because 2K aren't giving it to players. Like, 2K are literally, because people really don't want steady on cards. It's the voice, the vocal. People tend to not want steady on a card because steady is a not great badge on current gen. I feel it doesn't do anything, but it is what it is. However, blinders is the best badge on next gen, so the fact that he doesn't have that badge, and it's also just like the one badge that everyone wants on next gen, this badge is going to be the new range extender. It will be soon the most expensive badge in the game. But he's got 95 lateral quickness, obviously range extender, flexible, deadeye, quick first step, unpluckable, clamps, pickpocket, tires defender. He's got everything, absolutely everything. He's got a fantastic release as well. He's got the Pro 1 escape, which is pretty decent. Can't lie, it is pretty decent, although he can't curry slide. Pro 1 escape is awful current gen, by the way. It's great next gen. He's also got the Pro 2 cross, Pro 2 behind the back, which Pro 2 cross is good, Pro 2 behind the back is not, but it's not awful. But yeah, he is a overall fantastic card and deserves his spot in here at number 6 on this list. At number 5, I would personally have this guy. Him and J.R. Smith would be higher on my list, but I like Rudy Fernandez more than most people like Rudy Fernandez. So Rudy Fernandez is 6'6" with a 6'10" wingspan. He has got 93 ball, 93 speed and acceleration. He's got pretty good defense stats as well. He's obviously got good length. He's a 97 driving dunk, only gold range, only gold all shooting badges. He's got half showtime and only gold clamps. He's got go quick first step as well. He's got Steph Curry release, that's literally the only reason I have Rudy Fernandez over J.R. Smith is because of Steph Curry release. They have very similar SIGs. They dunk the ball at a very, very similar level. They shoot the ball at a similar level. I think J.R. Smith has the advantage of being able to shoot from limitless, from a little bit further. However, Rudy Fernandez has the advantage of having a few more gold badges in terms of shooting, so he's a little more complete of a card. And he's also half the price of JR, so have to take that into account as well on this list, and the fact that they're very close. But again, as I said, you can argue J.R. Smith top 3. I think you can also argue Rudy Fernandez top 3 just because of the way he plays on offense. Elite behind the back, elite dunker, elite shooter, very, very solid defender, and he's going to be my guard. He's like been my go-to card in limited the last like 3 weeks. The last weeks where it's like you can have one card above a Rubio or above a Sapphire, I've been using him. I've been using him as my one diamond in limited this week. So a really nice card that I'm a massive, massive fan of. So Rudy Fernandez, number 5. Number 4, Opal Dwayne Wade. I am not as high on Opal Dwayne Wade as most people are. I'm saying that right now. First of all, he is a god on current gen. He is a god on current gen. Second of all, Dwayne Wade base on next gen on normal speed is terrible. It is terrible. Like he's current gen made, and his defense is elite on current gen, and it's elite on next gen. His chase down blocks, he just has something about him. I've never seen a player get as many chase down blocks as Dwayne Wade in the history of 2K. Does he have half chase down artist? No, he doesn't even have Hall of Fame chase down artist, but he does have an 89 block. I've never seen any card get as many chase downs. Doesn't matter who it's on either. Like I remember I was using Ben Simmons in a game, and he got a couple of chase downs on Ben Simmons. He gets the best chase down animations in the game. He's a 96 speed. He's got a really good 3-pointer, really good dunk. He's a perfect card. He's a perfect card, but when we're getting into this top 4, we just got to really just look at personal preference at this stage, because I think you can debate pretty much anyone. I don't think you can necessarily debate Ben Gordon, but you can debate from like T-Mac onwards. Or it's not from T-Mac, from J.R. Smith onwards as being like the number 3. I think the 2 and 1 are way out in front, but you can debate a lot of them. But Dwayne Wade, if you're on current gen, you want a point guard, you know what? He's elite. He's absolutely elite. You can put him on a lot higher than this if you want. He's a guy that I don't necessarily like coming up against, although I do love coming up against him on next gen. And because I don't like him on next gen, and the top 3 guys are all guys I love on both gens, I'm going to put him a little bit lower. And he is going down here at number 4. At number 3, we got Kobe. Kobe hot zones everywhere. Kobe base is one of the best releases in the game, even on normal. Pro 1 escape, Pro 1 behind the back, Showtime dunks on everybody, gold Showtime. He's got gold range extender, half clamps, half intimidator. His animations are insane, his stats are insane, his shooting is really, really nice. This Kobe does everything. However, I'm saying this now, I would rather on my team have J.R. Smith or Rudy Fernandez, but that's just me, because I would much rather come up against Rudy Fernandez or J.R. Smith than Kobe Bryant. So I know almost everyone's going to have Kobe ahead of him. So I'm going to put Kobe number 3 on this list. He's fantastic. He's a near perfect card. Like, he's a guy that is going to be... He's overpriced. I'll be the first to say that. He's overpriced. His actual worth is probably about 150k at this stage. But he is a guy that you're going to see... Like, he could be usable towards the end of the year. Especially if you are on next gen. If you are on next gen and you just really want to use a Kobe card and you know you're not going to sell him for the rest of the year, he's more than usable. Just like the Paul George Pink Diamond. I way overspent for that card because I just wanted the card. And I'm going to use him for the rest of the year. So, Kobe Bryant, a fantastic, fantastic card. One of the best cards in the game. However, one of the worst value 2 guys in the game. So, as good as he is, just buy J.R. Smith or Rudy Fernandez. Trust me, unless you are a massive, massive Kobe fan. And number 2, this is going to be one where it's a bit controversial. I'm putting Tracy McGrady at number 2. And I have reasons for it. Yes, the guy's got 24 half badges, 28 gold. So he's 52 total badges, all at least gold. Got half range extender, got half clamps, which is elite. He's also got a really nice size up in Pro 1. Trey Burke release on quick, which is fantastic. One of the best releases in the game. He's got a great hop step as well. He's got 97 driving dunk, 95 lateral quickness. He's got 96 speed and acceleration. He's got everything. But you want to know what separates? And he's also 6'8" with a 72 wingspan. What separates him from the number 1 spot is this right here. He cannot get blinders. Blinders is one of the most important badges in the game if you're trying to 3-hunt on next gen. Or not even 300. If you're just trying to shoot on next gen, it's one of the most important badges in the game because they have a broken. Their contest system is bad. Like, you get contests when people are nowhere near you, and you kind of need the blinders badge to kind of make up for that. And unfortunately, unlike say a Dwayne Wade who doesn't come with the badge, he can get the badge. Most cards in this game can get the badge, like a LeBron James. So that's one of the annoying things is that, like, even if you wanted to, you can't give the guy blinders. And that is, like, it's a nitpick. The card's still one of the best cards in the game. It is legitimately just a nitpick. An unbelievable card, unbelievable shooter. But when we're looking at these top cards, like, there's gotta be a reason I don't have him number 1. And that is the reason. He is a near perfect card. He is one of the best cards in the game. He's one of the best defensive cards in the game, one of the best scorers in the game, one of the best dunkers in the game, one of the best dribblers in the game, one of the best slashers in the game. It's just John Havlicek is better. In my opinion. John Havlicek is juiced up Dwayne Wade. And if you're wondering why I'm calling him juiced up Dwayne Wade, the guy's got base 98. Base 98 and Wade base are so similar in terms of their releases. And he's also got base 98 on quick. Not only does he have 98, he has 98 on quick. This card is going to feel like Dwayne Wade from last year. This guy and Jared Jack are the 2 best 3 hunters, or the 2 best 3 hunting players in terms of release. However, this card here has got the Pro 2 escape. He's got the Pro 2 escape. He is a Pro-Am point guard, but he's a 6'5" guard with elite defense and his unbelievable stats. He's a 3,000 stat Pro-Am point guard. He's got the Pro-Am point guard dribble sigs, and not the fastest jump shot in the game, or one of them. He's at a 93 3-ball and accelerate, or 93 speed and acceleration, 95 3-ball. He's at a 90 driving dunk, which is something that a lot of people kind of have glossed over. He's also got Showtime dunks, Gold Showtime, half range extender, half hot zone hunter, half catch and shoot, half dead eye, half quick first step, half tight ons, half unblockable, half clamps, hard crusher, intimidator, interceptor. You can give him chase down artist. Like, he is just a completely juiced up version of that Dwayne Wade card, in my opinion. And that is why he is number 1. And the big difference between this and Dwayne Wade is Dwayne Wade release on normal and Dwayne Wade release on quick are 2 different things. If Dwayne Wade's release was on quick, like when they updated Dwayne Wade, they gave him Showtime dunks, which are actually a bad thing for next gen. They gave him Showtime dunks but didn't change his jumper. I personally would have Dwayne Wade higher if they changed his jumper and not change Showtime dunks for the way I play. So yeah, that is pretty much it. That is a video. So the list: number 11, Jaylen Brown. Number 10, Eddie Jones. Number 9, Walter Davis. Number 8, Zach LaVine. Number 7, J.R. Smith. Number 6, Ben Gordon. 5, Rudy Fernandez. 4, Dwayne Wade. 3, Kobe Bryant. 2, Tracy McGrady. And 1, John Havlicek. So yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. That is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.